Following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is Cowboys Storyline, presented by Gillette, the official shave of the Dallas Cowboys. Here's Nick Eatman.
What's up? Welcome to Cowboys Storyline. It's Wednesday, November the 12th. Cowboys Storyline presented by Gillette. Forgot about the official shave of the Dallas Cowboys. All right, Nick Eatman here. Let's talk some Cowboys football. I know it's been a different last week and a half or so, obviously, with the tragic death of Marshawn Kneeland. And I know you guys, there's some people that haven't called that will still want to talk about that. We're going to kind of move forward into football talk, but we'll talk about whatever you guys want and what's on your heart and on your mind. All right, let's go Steve in Newport, Washington. Steve.
Good morning, Nick. Good morning.
How are you?
Good. Hope everybody's doing good.
Doing good.
Hey, I got a little question in regards to the free agent moves we just made or the trades we just made. In regards to how many defensive tackles can we line up at one time, on the field. Looks like we just did some trades to maybe do more effort in regards to stopping the run.
Right.
But still wondering who's going to be rushing the passer, which kind of leads me to my next question on Overshown coming back. Would it be wiser maybe to use him as a defensive end to start off with rather than a linebacker? But,
Overshown?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard that. I think my dad actually says the same thing. My dad, he told me that. He called me to ask me the same thing. Could Overshown be a pass rusher? We'll talk about that. All right, Steve, you got anything else?
Nope, that was it.
All right, good to hear from you.
Have a great day.
You too. Have a great day. It's early over there in Newport, Washington. Appreciate you waking up and starting off the show with this. The thing about Overshown is, there's a lot of layers to this. Number one, he's coming off of an injury. So let's see how much he's going to do. I don't even, he might even be on a pitch count, really. We've seen the Cowboys do that. So that could be the case. So putting, one spot on him, one job, we'll see. I mean, he might have a couple of different things that he does. I would doubt he's green dot guy and all that because I don't think he's going to play a ton just to kind of ease him back into it. And also, he's different in, this scheme. He's a unique, dynamic player. So what are what kind of vision does Matt Eberflus have for him is a big question. We haven't seen him. He hasn't been able to practice that much, and certainly not in the offseason. So I like him on the outside. I like him rushing the passer at times. We've seen some great plays when that happens. That tipped interception last year against the Giants was a phenomenal play, and he was rushing the passer. He's got long arms, but I don't think he's a every down pass rusher. I think he's just one of those dynamic players that you have to use in different places. Sometimes it'll be here, sometimes here, but I think he's the type of guy that when he's really playing well, that he is a player that you have to kind of seek out and go, where is he? Because he can do some different things. So I hope they have, once he's fully healthy and ready to play, I hope they have some different packages where he can kind of move around. I think that'll be good. All right, let's go Anthony in Miami.
Nick the Quick, what's up, my guy?
What's up, man? Good to hear from you.
I know, man. What's up? Life's been lifing, man. Just took some time off. Of course, I listen to all the shows. Shout out to my boy Zach, my favorite caller in Atlanta. I heard you. You were funny, man, with the Halloween bit. Shout out to your dad. I heard some things on your dad, and I hope he's feeling better. And, of course, rest in peace to the young king, Marshawn Kneeland. Of course, he was my pet cat, one of them.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of high hopes for him, man. He just showed out the night, a couple nights before. So rest in peace to him, and condolences to his family and his girlfriend.
Sure.
On the Cowboys and the situation, I do love Quentin Williams. Come on. Who don't know of that? I don't know much about Wilson, but from what I've seen on his clips, the guy is a mini beast out there. So I know that's not enough. That's not enough to move forward. You have no secondary as of now. Guys re-injured and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that you stop Brock Bowers and Genty, and you don't let Max Crosby stop you. I'll give you my score now because I don't think I'll get back in before the week. The Cowboys should beat the Raiders. My two favorite Cowboy players of all time numbers, 33, Tony Dorsett, and 22. So 33-22, Cowboys win.
All right.
So we'll pick this up next week, Nick.
All right, good stuff.
I'm back, man.
All right, I'm back. I like it. I like life been lifing, he said. Yeah, a lot of good stuff there. We'll see about what Logan Wilson does as for the linebacker room. And, you got to remember these guys. Their team decided it's time to move on. So it's not necessarily. I mean, especially with Logan Wilson, he wasn't playing a whole lot. Now Quinnen Williams is he's a stud player, but let's not forget the Cowboys had their best rushing day against the Jets, and he was right there in the center of it. So, and he needs a new start. He needs some really good players around him. I think just like all players do, and he should have that with Kenny Clark and Osa and these guys in the center. So, Eberflus is going to have some options here to kind of mix things around a little bit. Still don't have that dynamic pass rusher that you would hope for, but I think you're starting this thing from the inside out. So we'll see how it goes. All right, let's go Casey Joe in Kansas City.
Good morning, Nick. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm pretty good, sir. I'm pretty good. Hey, I just want to thank you for taking care of me through the nighttime when I drive. I drive at night.
Okay.
And so I listen to your shows, and you keep me awake. You don't know that, but that's what you do.
Well, hey, that's a little surprising. I mean, I've been told otherwise. I can put people to sleep, but no, that's cool.
No, I actually have to listen to Mickey first because I have a pattern that I have to do. Because if I listen to him later on in the evening, I get tired, so I have to listen to him first.
Okay. All
anyway, the new players we have look pretty good. I mean, I'm pretty excited about them coming in. That defense is going to be a whole lot better, and with that being better, our offense should start clicking again.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, they usually go hand in hand. Yep.
They do. Well, anyway, I think they should not give up on the run as much. I know we've gotten behind, so they've kind of had to give up. That run game really has been working. It's just, they've had to cut bait and go to the pass, and I hope they kind of start doing a better mix of it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have much today. I just want to say thank you for keeping me awake in the evening. How about that?
All right, sounds good. I'm glad I could provide that service for you. And like we talked about with different shows and that we have. We have a lineup that we go all day long, and Chris Beam will be the one to tell you about it because he's there pushing the buttons for all of the shows. We don't get to have lunch with Chris Beam anymore in the regular season. He doesn't. He comes flying in there, grabs something maybe really quick, and leaves because he's got all these shows to do. But the point that I'm trying to make is that there's so many options, so many different personalities, and different types of shows for everybody. Really, which is kind of unique when you think of the fact that we're all talking about the same football team. Just different ways to do it. All right, JR in Avondale, Arizona. What's up?
Morning, Nick. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Got rid of all my doctor's appointments, so I can call again. So that's all good.
Okay.
I'm excited to see this D with the new additions and Demo coming back, and hopefully we get to see Ravel. Unfortunately, I don't think that they can win 8 in a row to get in the playoffs, but that hope is still there. With that being said, what Jerry said, I don't think they're changing defensive coordinators, and most of these position coaches will be back. So I think the next 8 games, they're going to have a really good idea. They're going to be able to coach this group of players and have a really good idea going into free agency and the draft exactly what they need. Because I think we've got those guys right now that we needed. We just need to add the extra pieces. and hopefully it'll get us over the top. I got just a couple of questions for you. I don't know if someone's already asked them, but what's the status on Malik Hooker and Wilson? And Justin Simmons is out there. Does he just want a bag of money, or is he done playing football? Yeah. Anyway, I'll hang up and listen to what you think, and thanks a lot. Have a great day. Go Cowboys.
Yeah, I don't know much about Simmons. His name is comes up a lot. When people say, well, who's out there? What can they do? Obviously, we've seen this team has looked at everything, to try to help get this team back in order, and that means making trades and getting into next year's draft capital and all that. So they've they're turning over the stones here to try to help this football team this year. So my point is I'm sure that they've looked at him. I don't know the whole situation with him and why the Cowboys and the other 31 teams haven't gone that route. As for the safety position, I wish we had better answers. It's been really tough with just so much time off with the bye week, and then because of all of the stuff happening here with Marshawn Nealon's death, they've really kind of shut things down. We haven't seen. We haven't done a lot of press conferences. There will be one today with Schottenheimer, but I don't really think it's going to be a lot of football-related things. So some of these questions we all have. We haven't seen him practice yet, so I'm not sure. But now Malik Hooker's still on IR, so they'd have to open the window for him. They could open it, and then he could play, but I'm not sure. I really don't know. I wish I had a better answer on those safeties. I know that Wanye Thomas was placed on another injured list, so he will not be available, I wouldn't think, this week. But you've got Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker, and I'll tell you, the safety position's really been hit hard in the last few weeks. All right, let's go with Sergeant Sue in Fort Worth.
At ease, everybody. How you doing, Nick?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, brother. Hey, I wanted to call in because I don't know. This is just a feeling that I have. I've been sharing it with some people, and I wanted to see what you thought or what the other callers thought. I kind of feel like this Monday night is going to be like opening night, like the first game of the season. It's almost like because we have like the Quinn Williams and Logan Wilson and Demo and Dono if he plays, and these guys coming off of injury. It almost feels like they were sitting out the preseason. You know what I mean? It's like, what is our defense going to look like? That's kind of like the feeling that I'm getting. Like, oh, these guys didn't play any of the preseason. Let's see what they got. So that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting. I'm feeling excited about it. I want to see what this defense brings. See if we have like a balanced team for once. And also, like, I was wondering what your take on this was. Like, I kind of feel like offensive coordinators have weeks and weeks and weeks of Dallas defense to study, but it's almost like, I wouldn't say that it's pointless film, but it's almost not as valuable because this defense, I imagine, is going to look a lot different. So I feel like that's something that kind of gives us like the upper hand going into this game, man. So I'll take your answer off air, and I appreciate you guys for taking my call.
All right, thank you for the call, Sergeant Sue, which ends our streak. Had a streak going here. Thank you for the call. Love hearing from the regulars. But we had an impressive streak that was happening this week. That was 27 straight callers in a row of different callers. Usually, you get the same people, and a lot of these guys call almost. I mean, JR, he had a streak of 15 or maybe 13 straight days of calling. So from Monday, Tuesday, and then about half of this show here, 27 consecutive callers this week until Sergeant Sue had called because he had called on Monday, which that's awesome. And it's one of those things where you like both. I like the consistency. I like to hear the same voices, but at times. But then you also like to mix it up and let it give everyone an opportunity. So awesome stuff. Now to answer your question. I disagree a little bit on the opening night feel. I know exactly what you're saying. You're like, this is different. This is new. Let's see what we got because we don't really know what you have on defense. The reason why I don't like the opening night comparison is opening night is like, hey, who knows? We're all at the same boat here. We're all 0-0, and you know what? We all have a shot. And whatever you did last year doesn't matter. Let's start. Well, it's not necessarily the case because the Cowboys are behind the 8 ball here big time. They've got to catch up, and so it's a little bit less that way. Now, to answer the other part about do you feel like, the Raiders tape and won't have a lot of, what the Cowboys have on tape, the Raiders won't have a lot to prepare for. That's true. That is true. On the flip side, and everything has two sides, on the flip side of that, the Cowboys got to figure it out. I mean, this is new defense. If it's a new defense, they've got to learn that. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be a new defense. They'll just have new pieces in it. But how do they do this with Quinnen Williams here? And where does Logan Wilson fit? And the safeties and all that. So I think it's an advantage Cowboys. But, they also have to be on the same page. And we've seen communication hasn't been the strongest part of this defensive side. So there's two sides to it. I'm not trying to rain on your parade. I like the optimism, and you're right. The Cowboys can do some different things, and it's not really a look that the Raiders, Chip Kelly and those guys, Pete Carroll, they won't have that look, but Cowboys have to take advantage of it too and go out and play that way. They can't be down 10-0, 14-0. They've got to go out and have some new looks, new wrinkles, and if they can get off the field, that's great. But on the flip side, the Cowboys are going to have to score and take the lead. I think when the Cowboys have the lead, obviously most teams are better football teams when they have the lead, but I think the Cowboys can play the way they really want to play. That's why I think you see them take the football first, and they know that it's really important for them to establish a lead early, confidence-wise, and get on the scoreboard to play the way that they want to play. All right, Alex in South Bay, California. Alex.
Nick, good morning.
Morning.
Nick, good morning, man. How you doing?
I'm good.
I'm good, man. I'm great myself. Dodgers went back to back. If you didn't hear about that, still right. Great. All that was great. Big question for you, Nick. Is Overshone and Revel, are they playing this weekend?
They are eligible to play this weekend. I don't know for sure if they're going to play. I mean, there's no guarantee that Revel will be active, but he can play. And if he's inactive, then it's just one of the 7 guys inactive. I would imagine Overshone's going to play.
Oh, okay, awesome. Because that's what I wanted to touch on. As a fan base, I mean, like I said, I listen to the show daily. I hear calls, give their opinion on the return of those two. I think we need to pump the brakes, especially on Revel. I just think it's unfair to put so much expectations on that young man. He hasn't played a snap of NFL football. I hear a lot of callers excited to, get him on the field, which as am I. But I just want to, kind of lower our expectations with him, and even Overshone to an extent, because obviously he has played NFL football and we know what he's capable of. But he is coming off an injury, you know what I mean, like a serious injury. So. I think for us as a fan base, let's just be a little fair to them and kind of lower our expectations, let them settle in. And we obviously hope for the best, but to expect them to come in game one, whenever that is, and have an immediate impact, that's just unfair to both of them. But, yeah, man, that's all I got. It was good talking to you, Nick. Right. Take care of yourself, everyone over there, and love you guys.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for the call. Did he throw a Dodgers reference in there? It was kind of hard to hear. I think, did he say Dodgers 2 in a row? We don't talk baseball in here unless the Rangers win the World Series, and if they do, then I might say something. But no, it's good. Revel, you're exactly right about that. Pumping the brakes is the right term there with him, because you just don't know what to expect. Talent wise, he's got it. I think if he would have played that whole season, he probably would have been the first round pick that he was projected to be. But you also got to remember, too, is that the conference that he's in, I think it's the American Conference. I mean, like, the top wide receivers that are in the draft aren't coming out of that conference. And so I'm sure he looked really good. But, he needs to play some top elite players and kind of get his legs under him a little bit. So, anything he does this year is gravy to me. I think him being on the field is good, and he needs these games, and then the offseason and all that. And I think he has a chance next year, probably even competing for a starting job. But I think he's just got to ease his way in. Right now, he just needs to practice. And the good thing too is when I was talking about those elite receivers that he needs to go up and face, I'm pointing to the practice field. You guys don't know this, but that's the practice field. You can't get much better competition than that. Go out there and and even if he's on the second team defense, that's even better. Go out there and face CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens. I mean, you're going to find out real quick what you have just here in practice. So I think that's the most valuable part. And then he'll just kind of keep easing into things. But let's not come back next week and say, oh, he was inactive or he played only on special teams. I thought he was great. He needs time. He needs time to kind of get into it a little bit. All right. Ali in Florida is next.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. How are you?
Pretty good, buddy. How are you?
Good.
Couple of things. First, I want to give my deepest sympathy to Nealon family and Cowboys family. And I listened to Monday's show, finally. Just got home late last night. But here is my take on it. I want to share a couple of things that is very dear to my heart. I have these little index cards I made for myself. I put it back over my front door. It says, "Be nice to everyone. Cross your path today," because they have it worse than you do. So I always start my day with a prayer, read it before I leave my apartment. But as far as the personal stuff, we have 3 siblings in my family, my older brother, my older sister, and me. My older brother passed away in an accident when I was 12. Then my mom, she passed away when I was 14 from breast cancer.
Oh.
And the same day, my father killed himself.
Oh.
That was the first suicide in my family that affected me, that I thought me and my sister, we were not worthy of living for us. So my mom, she was my rock. So I remember many years ago, I reached out to Coach Landry and wrote him my testimony. And to my surprise, he answered me back. I was so shocked.
Wow.
I always look at Tom Landry as a father figure. But another coach in my life, a very good friend, is the Coach Dungy.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember as a father, I was so scared, like something happened to my children. So Coach Dungy, he has 3 child and 8 adopted ones. But his son, James, he suicided at age 18. I remember when I went to the church, he stood behind the podium. He says, "I appreciate God. For 18 years, he gave me James to my life." So since then, I've been relaxing. I've been working with Lauren Dungy with the Family First stuff. So it's kind of really, I believe God used your own struggle to reach out to somebody else. I know holiday time, everybody get depressed. Looking back, I don't change anything. I never feel sorry for myself. At that time I did, but not now. I know better. I use my platform to reach out to people. I'm extremely positive person. And as you know, I never call in to ask for anybody to get fired. I try to be positive.
Right.
And it's so nice to people open up and love each other. I appreciate you and Chris to give us this platform that time to time we can express something besides football. We are in this together, and I just want to tell you I love you, and I appreciate everything you guys do, and go Cowboys.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for the call, Ali. Wow, powerful stuff. You never know what people are going through and what people have gone through. And what a testimony that is for you, Ali, to, what you saw as a young kid, as a teenager, what you had to experience and go through, and what you overcame, And so that's amazing, because as I said this on Monday, when kids see their parents certain ways, they look at this as, if their dad's a doctor, they're like, well, maybe I can be a doctor. Or if their dad does this or their mom does it, like maybe I can be like this, good or bad. And then, bad things happen that they see. They think maybe this is an option. This is a way. And then I love the fact that there's certain people, even as a teenager, to say, this is going to be my path. This is going to be my way. And Ali, thank you for the call and sharing that. And as I said all week, we've had a lot of different calls. If that's the call that's needs to be made, fine. Do you want to talk about where Overshown needs to play on the field? Totally fine too. So that's what's great about this show. We can do anything we want, really. Cowboys Storyline presented by Gillette. We'll be right back after this.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
Altec Lansing has been perfecting sound since 1927, bringing you decades of audio excellence to elevate your Dallas Cowboys tailgate ritual. Equip your next pregame with the Sound Rover 180 with 6 hours of playtime, built-in microphone, multicolor light modes, and a rugged exterior that's built to last. Visit alteclansing.com/Cowboys15 for 15% off your Sound Rover 180. That's alteclansing.com/Cowboys15 for 15% off. Altec Lansing, official audio partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Back to Cowboys Storyline, presented by Gillette, the official shave of the Dallas Cowboys.
Gillette's Best Shave is now available in cowboy colors, 50% longer lasting blades than Fusion. The new Gillette Labs official Dallas Cowboys licensed razor is available at gillette.com/NFL. All right, back here on Cowboys Storyline presented by Gillette. We had a really nice streak going of just different voices, which what a perfect week for that to happen too, because these 3 shows here since we've started this week, it's been more about life than about football and sharing stories and perspectives. And let me just say this, too. This is going back to Monday's show, gets alluded to a lot. And if you haven't seen it, I mean, it was a powerful show. I wouldn't say it was a fun show, but it was one, we did. We got through it. But we heard some things. And I've had a few people reach out. Cowboy Nico in Colorado. Hope you're doing okay. All right, we're doing okay, and if you need people to talk to, I guarantee you got people, men and women in this group, this Cowboy Storyline family, that would be there for you, and we're all winners here. We're winning, okay? We're living, we're winning. So there's no losers and all that kind of stuff. You said some things that I think was very eye-opening, and everyone's hoping that you're doing okay. And some of the others that called and shared some experiences as well. So, and also I want to shout out to Sheriff Lonnie from yesterday. He had some great things that were said. I hope you guys know this. Tuesday's show is a timed show. We have to get out on the 2nd. And so I apologize. You were saying some really great things, and if you want to call back, feel free, call back, and you'll have the floor. But we had to end that show when we did, and so I apologize if that seemed, insensitive and disrespectful. That's kind of where we were. We were kind of up against it right then and there. So that's why the other shows aren't really like that. We kind of have a time that we need to get out, but every now and again we'll act like talking Cowboys and we'll go forever. But for the most part, we try to keep it going. All right, Chris in San Angelo, what's up, man?
Hey, Mr. Nick. Good day to you, sir.
You too. How are you?
I'm well, man, and I feel better now because I called it on Monday. Sergeant Sue broke the streak, so I don't have to have that.
Right.
But we're gonna make Sergeant Sue carry that weight.
It's okay. I mean, 29 out of 30. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Now we got a new streak going, and then our next caller or two is also a repeat, which is fine. I mean, that's what makes the show. So I want both. I want the balance of both here, and so that's what we have in this show.
Hey, Sergeant Sue's a tough guy. He can handle it.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Nick, where I was going to go with this, as far as the defense goes, I love the moves, and my answer to that is really simple: is you get better players, then you're going to have a better defense.
Funny how that works, huh?
I know.
It works. Yeah. Green Bay's defense got better, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Now, after that profound statement, I was going to move over to the offense and George Pickens, and I was thinking about this. I'm wondering, do you think that there's any kind of remnants left from, and I'm air quoting here, him being kind of a head case that would in any way, just kind of help the leverage that the Cowboys are going to get as their, on his contract? Do you think there's any of that left? And my other one about him is, if they do not re-sign him, how big a need do you think wide receiver is going forward in the next draft? That's all I have for you, buddy.
Yeah, great questions. Great stuff. I think what Pickens is showing the Cowboys is you need another guy. You need to make this offense really go. You need another playmaker, especially with the way injuries are. CD got banged up, and Pickens was there, and they were able to have some success, even without him. They tied the Packers. They weren't the same. They definitely weren't the same with. Without CD, when he got hurt in the Bears game, but he's needed. He's having two receivers is absolutely a need, and so I try to make it work and see about re-signing him. You could franchise him if you want to, but the tricky part there is the CD contract is because. Agent doesn't care. Agent's going to ask for more money than what CD's making. I mean, that's the way these goes. I mean, they go like that, and so it doesn't matter if they're on the same team or not. So they're going to ask for more than the going to be the highest paid receiver in the NFL. That's at least the asking price. I'm not saying it'll land there, but how does that work? He gets a deal more than CD. Now what? So there's some things that they have to figure out, but I think one way or another, you can see that the need is there for them to get a player that can step right in and play. And you don't always see top receivers just instantly make the impact, and you can go around and see. I guess it's Carolina's guy McMillan. Is he having a great season? I mean, I don't think his quarterback is the best, and so a lot of it comes into that, but. I would try my best. I mean, you already let a superstar go out the door in Micah Parsons. I'm not saying Pickens is on the same level, but he's really, really good, and I think they need to figure out a way to try to keep him because this offense has looked so much better when you have them both in it. All right, let's go to Dylan, Northport, Florida.
Hey, Nick. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, man. So getting back to football here. So this defense, just want to see some just small incremental improvements every week. I don't need to see like a big thing every single week. Just something to build on. Mm-hmm. Offensively, I'm not really worried about them. I know they've had a couple of slow weeks, but they didn't really struggle last week. It was they just did stupid things in scoring territory. They left like 12 to 16 points on the board. And when you get inside the 5-yard line, just run the ball and you'll be all right. I know they got some struggles at the tackle positions, but Cowboys moved the ball just fine. They just left points on the field. You can't do that. But the defense, this week I'm looking for one thing very specifically: third down. Like if it's 3rd and 17, for God's sake, can we just get a stop? Like it seemed like it didn't matter if it was 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 20 last week or the last time they played. It was just an automatic first down every time. And with Quentin Williams, I think all the defensive line was better. Oso will stop facing so many double teams. Kenny Clark can rest. Solon Thomas is playing well. Ezraku is coming along well. Obviously, we got Overshown and Logan Wilson coming back at the linebacker standpoint. And so, from a personnel perspective, this whole thing's going to look very different. It just depends on kind of how Foose wants to handle this and play these guys. So, we're not out of it this year, but let's start the building process. Let's make small improvements every week, and let's build a strong foundation for today and in the future.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, and I'm, I know there will be people that disagree. And some fans, some media, whatever. I'm never going to be the one that says, don't go win the game. I'm not going to be that guy. When you get later in the season, if they lose a little bit, you're going to be like, all right, just let's don't mess up the draft pick. But you've got 2 draft picks, and so if you really want to go up, get a top player, you can. If you want to go that route, now currently they don't have a 2nd or a 3rd round pick next year, so I would imagine one of these picks is probably going to go backwards than forward package. I mean, that's probably a more likely scenario. But I like what you're saying, Dylan. Just kind of package this. I mean, just kind of keep getting better. I think this team needs to figure out how to win games, how to win close games. Keep learning to do that, and so I'm always about playing. Plus, you've heard me say this before. I'm not big on the tanking part of things. There's a lot of people there that are going to the game, a lot of young kids, and could be some Christmas presents under the tree of this football game to go watch the team play. They deserve your best. So go win the game. Go win the game, and then afterwards we'll see what happens. See what place you finish in, what your schedule looks like. Let's see what your draft pick is all afterwards. But to me, 2025, you got 17 football games. You got to go win them. You got to go win the games, and that's the way. Call me old school if you want to, because fans can say that, like, well, I hope they lose because of this and this and that. That's fine, because you're going to be there next year. But these coaches don't, and these players don't, and so it's their job to go keep winning, and we'll see what happens. I mean, they're not out of anything, but I mean, it's definitely uphill. So got to tape the ankles and get going here. Armando in Mexico City's next.
Hey, Chris. Sorry, Nick. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Long time no see.
Yeah.
Here I am. So I'm still a little, a lot shocked about Marshall Neiland. Really, really sad about that. So, Nick, we all know the Cowboys have the best trainers and the best doctors for the physical part. Do they have any sort of program for mental health to take care about that? Do you know that?
Are you talking about the Cowboys within the team? Yeah, yes. They do.
Okay.
I mean, like, that's what makes this whole thing, difficult. Do they have programs? Yes, they do. But that doesn't mean that the players go through what the steps they need to and ask the right questions and get the right help that they need. I mean, that's do they have programs? Absolutely, they have programs for that. They have a lot of people here. They have doctors and psychiatrists, and they have a huge team for this. So, yes, 100%. But the players have to also do their part in this and ask for help when they need it. And I'm not. This isn't. I don't know. This isn't a finger pointing thing or whatever. Do they have things in place to help people? Yes. And I'm sure they have helped a lot of people that we don't necessarily know. So, yes, they do.
Yeah. Wow. Well, so anyway, Nick, I'm happy because I listened to an interview of Amber to Jerry Jones a few weeks ago saying that the Cowboys have a interest in coming back to Mexico City maybe next year, as early as next year. So I hope that those materialize.
Yeah.
If and when that happens, remember, I'll take you and Chris to get some real tacos.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I'm happy about that. Also, another thing that has been happening, when they announced the Super Bowl halftime show,
yeah,
A lot of people went really mad because it's going to be Bad Bunny, and say, hey, you have to learn Spanish to understand him. Well, don't worry, we don't understand him in Spanish anyway, so it's the same thing. So, so no problem with that. So that's it for today.
Okay.
Nick, I'm glad to talk to you again. See you next time.
All right. Thanks, Armando. Appreciate that. Did I hear that right? He says he doesn't understand him either. I don't know much about it, but I'm sure he'll put on a heck of a show. And you know, I mean, it is what it is. I'm sure it'll be great. All right. Let's go to break real quick on Cowboys storyline. Be right back after this.
All right, Cowboys fans, this one's for you. Gillette's Best Shave has a new look this season, and they've got one that sticked out in Cowboys colors just for us. We're going to want to run, not walk to this one, y'all. The new Gillette Labs official Dallas Cowboys licensed razor isn't just Gillette's best shave. With 50% longer lasting blades than Fusion, it's the best a Cowboys fan can get. Get it while you can at Gillette.com/NFL. Gillette's Best Shave is also available as heated.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
Back to Cowboys Storyline, presented by Gillette, the official shave of the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, this segment is presented by Yeti, officially licensed Yeti. Cowboys gear is available at Stadium, Pro Shops, Concession, and on Yeti.com. Let's go back to the phone lines. Jeremy in D.C. Jeremy, what's up?
Hey, yo, Nick, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. You didn't hurt nobody today.
No, not today. No.
All right, man. It's still kind of early, so I'm not counting you out.
No, we're good. We're not hurting anybody. We're trying to help everybody.
Yeah, I understand you on that, man. So, a couple quick things. I do love the trade. You know what I'm saying? I do think that that he will add a bunch of our defensive tackle. I'm drawing a blank right now because I got so much stuff running through my head.
Yeah.
Quentin Williams.
Williams, yeah.
Yeah, I believe that he's going to add a bunch of what we've been looking for on that defensive line as far as stopping the run and bringing interior pressure for the quarterback.
Right.
Now, with that said, the whole Marshawn Nealon thing kind of triggered me a little bit, Nick, because I know I seem like a joyful guy, but I do be going through some things, man.
Mm-hmm.
And half the stuff that I can tell you guys, most of you guys will start crying. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I've been through the Dak thing where, I lost my mom with the cancer thing, like a couple days before my middle school graduation.
Oh.
You know? And then I lost my dad when I was like 5. And then I lost my brother at like 25. You know, so that whole thing was kind of like triggering, and then the Nico thing was kind of triggering. That's why I haven't been calling in. I just had to bring myself back down to earth. You know what I'm saying? But I do pray for all of you guys that's going through this, man, because it's not hard. I mean, it's hard. It's not easy to fight this struggle. You know what I'm saying? But all I can say is just try to just try to comfort those people. A lot of the times we don't like to talk about this kind of stuff. We just like to be in the presence of people that we like and that we know. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the talking about it part, it just makes it seem like people just asking a bunch of questions and get irritated. But other than that, man, I just want to tell you guys, thank y'all, because y'all kind of like listening to the show, because I listen to all the shows every day. I don't care. I listen to all the shows. The only thing I listen to is Cowboys. Like, I go home, put on all the podcasts, watch highlights, and that's all I do.
Yeah.
You know, this is my therapy. You know what I'm saying?
We appreciate you, Jeremy.
I thank all of you guys for y'all support, even though y'all didn't even know y'all was supporting me.
Yeah.
And I thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That's it, Nick. And I'll call y'all later on this
All
week,
right.
man.
Have a good. Thank you, Jeremy, for the call. And boy, that's a lot to deal with. And if I did my math correct, that's 5 when you were 5, and probably around when you were 15, and then 25. So you dealt with heartache, unfortunately, on a consistent basis there throughout your life, and you're able to get through it. And so and you say that about. You having to go through things. A lot of people on here, they're very optimistic, about the team, but optimistic. And I think having a glass half full approach to life is very important, because what happens is when negative things happen to you, you still can look at the positives. Well, I'm healthy here, or I've got my family here, or I've got this job here, or whatever it is, that you can look at that, as opposed to some that's just, it's always negative all the time, and it's hard. That's where I think it's hard to see the good through things, and then that's why it's important to see the good in every little thing, and in the good in people, and the good in different situations, because then when you add it all up, you're like, no, I mean, I have it okay. I'm doing good. We got this and this, as opposed to what you don't have. Again, I'm not a therapist. I'm not any of that. I'm just just saying what kind of works. What works for me and what works for others. All right, let's go. One more caller here, and it's a new caller, Mason in Minnesota. Mason.
Hello.
How are you?
First time caller. Woo! Finally.
There we go. You've made your own sound effects. I love it. All right. Well, this is our last call of the show here. So, what do you got for us?
Yeah, as for giving up, I'm not one ever to give up. Give it your all. Give it your best. Does that maybe possibly give you a worse draft pick? Yeah, but I tell you what, the way the Cowboys draft, you can't go wrong with finishing. If we end up not doing as good as we'd like, but still gave it our all and finish 8-9 or 10-8, optimistically. Just giving it your all, that's what I'm a fan of, and seeing them go out there and try, like CeeDee Lamb last year, he was hurt. He was injured, and he was out there with one arm making catches.
Fighting through it. Sure was, yeah.
That's where the heart is, and that's why, we love watching these guys,
Right. Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. And he's one of those few players that have gotten a big contract, and he's still kind of lived up to it. And that's the thing. I mean, that's one of these situations that's kind of hurt this team, is that these guys that have been re-signed to deals for one reason or another, whether it be injuries or just haven't played as well. Obviously, expectations go higher. But you don't have a lot of guys that have really said, "Oh, he got paid and he's been balling out." It's a short list. CD, I think, is at the top of it. Dak's up there too, but that money's so high that expectations are even higher.
Yeah.
Right, Draymond? Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, Mason, you got anything else?
No, that's it. Thank
right.
you so much. I've been waiting a long time. I
Good.
work days, and so
awesome.
It's excellent to finally be on here.
All right. Well, it's great to have you and call us back, and it's been a great week. Thank you for the call. It's been a great week of new callers and different callers, and my count's 35 callers we've had this week, 32 different voices. That's awesome. That is great. So, but we know there's a lot more that haven't called. I mean, I know we've got captains and all storyline, first, second, third teamers that we haven't heard from this week. That's what makes this show so fun. So hopefully we'll hear from them later on this week. All right, for Chris Beam, I'm Nick Eatman. See you tomorrow on Cowboy Storyline.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!